I'm sure you know all the Cars meme theories. Did the Cars do 9/11? How did the Cars reproduce? Is there a car god? Of course, yeah, everyone has responded to all sorts of answers for these, but I've come across a pattern within the Cars franchise that hints to another conspiracy, which is the subject of this video. And maybe we'll answer some of the other questions along the way. Alright, first things first, Cars lore, it's crazy. Okay, before I can get into the actual theorizing, I will go over some important evidence pieces from the movies and the series Matter's Tall Tales, the thing that got me into this theory that I will be discussing now with the original Cars movie. Lightning McQueen starts the movie with positive self-talk and darkness before going out into the racetrack, and despite being a rookie, he somehow already has fanatical cultists, although they do immediately abandon him as soon as he goes missing, so they clearly just want some celebrity. So this is all insignificant. Let's disregard that for now, and let's focus on this. Yes, this is an alien robot invasion being nuked by Lightning McQueen. I mean, this is a fantasy sequence, and he does that a lot. I think he may be suffering from hallucinations, but Lightning McQueen's mental health is an entirely separate matter. So yeah, this is something. Let's move on. With Cars 2, do I have to say anything about Cars 2? And I will. There's a car pope, a car mafia, a car spy agency, Mater gets rockets, there's a car black market, a car queen of England, a car NATO doesn't exist here, or they don't care that a random battleship shows up in London, and friggin' dinosaurs are confirmed to exist. So yeah, that may as well be a thing compared to Matter's Tall Tales. So Cars 3. Cars 3 is interesting. In terms of lore, I mean, the actual movie was so boring I couldn't get past 8 minutes of it. I'm not that big of a Cars fan, okay? But what I do remember from skimming through the movie is that they mentioned new car types being made. So yeah, cars are built. So we did it! We successfully proved that the cars from the Cars movies don't fuck. That's what I thought until one car mentioned that she has parents. Oh, crap. Alright, well, we'll just say that she's adopted and stick to the factory explanation since it is explicitly implied by the news, which is completely infallible. For those of you who have not rigorously studied the Cars franchise, allow me to summarize the basic formula of a Matter's Tall Tales episode. Matter will tell Lightning McQueen about some crazy outlandish story from his past where he did some big shot crap. McQueen will show up midway or at the end of the action, and at the end of each episode there's some evidence to prove it being real. So let's get through some of the more relevant episodes to what I'm getting to. Let's start things off with Time Travel Mater. Mater and McQueen go back in time to 1909, manipulate events so that Radiator Springs is created. Interestingly, this is the only one where the framing device of Matter telling the story is interrupted by the actual story when Matter interrupts McQueen. And McQueen immediately proceeds to deny it after it happened. Matter is a fire truck and is sent to put out a fire in a building with McQueen in it. McQueen is sent to a hospital, gets operated after being hit by 50 doors, and his doctor is Mater. So, yeah. El Matador. In this one, Matter is a Spanish bulldozer fighter. He fights some bulldozers, and just when he's about to be killed, McQueen shows up and distracts them. It's kind of ambiguous what happened, but McQueen and Matter are still alive at the end, so connect the dots. Yeah, that one wasn't that relevant compared to this one. Yeah, this is the UFO episode, Aliens Exist. He befriends a UFO like from E.T., and just like in E.T., he makes him fly, and then the UFO gets captured by the government and taken to Parking Area 51. Matter is able to outsmart the Operation Paperclip scientists and break the UFO out. Lightning McQueen also just shows up when they're escaping, and just before the government catches them, the mothership appears and abducts them. The mothership leaves the government guys mesmerized, and the mothership drops off Matter and McQueen, and at the end, when McQueen dies, it Mater fucking flies. Alright, Monster Truck Matter. Matter becomes a world-famous monster truck wrestler. Most of the wrestlers aren't even monster trucks, but then again, neither is Matter. And at the end, Matter and McQueen defeat a giant mechanical beast created by an evil Nazi scientist. Then Tokyo Mater. Matter is hired to tow a car all the way across the Pacific Ocean to Japan. Matter's ignorance of Japanese cultural norms offends a Japanese drift race car who challenges him to a drift race. During the race, Matter's opponent sends a gang of ninjas to kill him. But don't worry, because Lightning Dragon McQueen teleports into the battle and kills all the ninjas and then goes into a ring of fire. Presumably dying. I don't remember if he shows up later, except in the story framing sequence. And then Matter wins the race because of course he did. Oh, and this one has the least concrete evidence for it at the end, so it could all be made up for all we know. Alright, you got all that? Because we're moving on either way. Alright, now for the actual theory. The Cars Time Loops clone conspiracy. Okay, that sounds like the insane ramblings of a psychotic maniac. So Lightning McQueen has seemed to have already gained a dedicated cult of personality despite being a rookie, so either he's just that good or there's something more to this. And the solution is quite simple. He gained fame from his actions in Matter's Tall Tales, riding on Matter's fame. Of course, this would be impossible, since many of Matter's Tall Tales stories cannot happen after Matter and McQueen met in the original Cars movie, so their memories have been erased. Remember how McQueen hit his head on a bunch of doors on the way to be operated on? Yeah, so I'm saying that Matter is working with the conspirators to wipe McQueen's memory. And just to be clear, that they are doing this with probably the operation to give him, like, interrograde amnesia. But who are the conspirators? It's Mater. He's the Grand Puppet Master. I mean, it's literally the simplest solution. Trust me, I really wanted there to be some far-reaching conspiracy about how the British government or alien chaos cultists were responsible, but there's no evidence for it. So, yeah, the whole thing about the UFO junk and even Cars 2 might be cut out in the final cut of this. Oh wait, yeah, I promise time looping and cloning. Those are real, sort of. So Mater's doing this simply because he's Mater. That's his motivation. Well, alright, look. Matter desires to go through this insane bullcrap with McQueen for eternity. All the Matter's Tall Tales, all the Cars 2s, all the insanity. That's his goal. He has wiped McQueen's mind because I guess he enjoys the blind reaction to this. So yeah, Matter is basically a mad time god who keeps McQueen as his plaything to experience torture for eternity. And in some cases, McQueen gets severely injured, so his safety is clearly not Matter's concern because he can just repair him in the factory, or in the event things get really messy, he can just go back in time and abduct a time clone of McQueen. So yeah, that is the Cars time-looped clone conspiracy. Or if I can come up with a better name for it when I'm titling the video, that's what it's called. So yeah. Most of this evidence was gathered before I even knew what I was getting towards. I was just looking for something crazy to come of this. The problem is there's so much insane crap that it's hard to come up with anything coherent. So, yeah. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. And I'll see you in the next one.